subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Loveless Cafe off of Highway 100 near the Natchez Trace in Nashville, Tennessee. This was originally the Harpeth Valley Tea Room, and in 1951 was purchased by Lon and Ann Loveless, and they established the Loveless Motel and Cafe. They serve fried chicken off the porch, and it has expanded into an empire today, and it has had a royal presence. USA Today has claimed that it is Nashville's second greatest contribution to American culture, of course after country music. And Martha Stewart has dined here. I will share what she had to say. Come along for a tour of the Loveless Cafe.
These are the original motel rooms on the grounds, and they ceased operating in 1985. And today they're used for storage and for part of their catalog business and private dining. I wonder if that's where Princess Anne enjoyed her trip to the Loveless Cafe. I can't imagine her dining in the cafe with everyone else. And they just have so many neat parts to this. Let me show you their large event facility that is at the back, and it's such a beautiful setting. And there's room for you and all of your friends. It seats 1,000 people. And here's the smokehouse. It's definitely authentic here at the Loveless Cafe, with an old tractor too. It's such a beautiful setting, even though it is on Highway 100. And you can pop into the gift shop. They've got lots of apparel and just about anything you could imagine. And at the airport in Nashville, they also have Loveless Cafe merchandise. It is a brand that is well recognized. I love those t-shirts. It's just such fun to be in Nashville and discover the different aspects of it. You know, you've got Music City, you've got, you know, the cultural aspect of the food, and you probably don't imagine that so many celebrities have walked through the doors of the Loveless Cafe, but you'll see in a little bit that they really have been. It would surprise you. And of course, they're known for their fried chicken and biscuits, and we'll definitely take a look at that in a little bit. And they like to play off of the motel that they used to be. I think that's so fun. And this restaurant is a lot smaller than you would imagine. Let's take a peek inside and see what it's all about. And the celebrities that have been through their doors often leave an autographed photo that adorns the walls. And it's not just the country music stars or people that happen to live in Nashville that are famous, but a lot of celebrities from all aspects, whether they're actors or maybe known for their talents in cooking and hospitality. And here's a peek at the menu. Nashville hot chicken, that's something that's really popular. It's got hot sauce in it. Everything is made from scratch, including these biscuits. And that's what I'm most excited about today. And they serve it with homemade jams. And of course they have the checkered tablecloth. Used to be red, now it's blue. I think they knew I was coming. I love the blue and white.
Can't wait to try their flaky biscuits. And they serve 3 types of homemade jam. I'm gonna go with the peach preserves. So I'll put a little butter on the biscuit. And of course this is a little appetizer. I haven't had the meal yet. I ordered fried chicken and mac and cheese. But it doesn't hurt to have a little jelly before. So good.
Oh, now it's time for our delicious lunch. Fried chicken is something I don't usually make for myself at home because I never learned from my mother. I always thought I had time, but Oh, she was gone too soon. And their creamed corn is delicious. I did have a bite of that. And of course, I had to have dessert. This chocolate pecan pie with some whipped cream on the side. And here are some of the celebrities. Let's see who you could recognize. There's Elvis, She Daisy, and look at that, Bobby Flay. He actually has had the Biscuit Lady on his show. And they've won all kinds of awards, of course, too. And there's Carol Brady, Florence Henderson, and one of my favorite performers, Barbara Mandrell. She was actually born in Houston, Texas. And there's so many recognizable folks here on the wall. I didn't want to take up your time and show you everyone. Vince Gill is a favorite. There's Kenny Chesney. And in Nashville, you never know when you're out at a restaurant or just walking on Main Street in Franklin. You actually might run into some celebrities. And, usually people are pretty private about that. There's Willard Scott and Miley Cyrus. And of course, Leanne Rimes. I saw her perform right before she became famous at the Rosenberg Opry. And she must have been about 10 years old at the time. Delta Burke. It's lots of fun to walk around too and just kind of feel the vibe there. And when you think of Martha Stewart, you probably don't imagine her using a mix, but actually she has used that very biscuit mix. The late Carol Fay, who was locally known as the Biscuit Lady, has been on Martha's show and cooked with her. Of course, she never divulged the secret recipe to the biscuits, but Martha did use the mix. And here you can pop into their shop and buy some of that. And Carol Fay, the Biscuit Lady, also appeared on The Late Night with Conan O'Brien, The Today Show, Throwdown with Bobby Flay, and The Ellen DeGeneres Show. So they are actually more famous than you would imagine. And they were named the best country restaurant in America at one point, and the Food Network awarded them Best Biscuits. And here you can take home the Loveless Cafe cookbook. And I don't think they have the biscuit recipe, but you could certainly order the mix. It's really a neat experience. And here they're playing off of the original motel. That's an old motel key for those that don't remember that. And their ham is definitely something that is well loved. And Martha Stewart said that this was the best breakfast she's ever had. And that really says a lot. And Willard Scott said that they were the world's greatest scratch biscuits. I wonder what Princess Anne had to say. I never heard a quote from her. But they are definitely well known for their hospitality and their good food. And you can't go wrong if you're in the Nashville area. Pop into the Loveless Cafe and you never know who might be seated next to you. And this chocolate company, Olive and Sinclair, is based in Nashville. I love to support local businesses. And corn relish, hams and jams, just about everything you could ever want, and they will send it right to your door.
I'm so glad that you can join me today for the Loveless Cafe tour, and the fried chicken and hot biscuits were delicious. And it's really neat that so many famous people have walked through the doors and have enjoyed some wonderful hospitality as well. I hope that you find some interesting spots in your neck of the woods. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with interesting places.